everybody, it's Josh here, back with another P3D video today. This time we're on the ground at Birmingham, and we're on the Dash 8 Q400 today, by Majestic software. Before I kick off with this video, I just want to say a massive thank you for everybody who's tuned into the stream so far over at twitch.tv//Josh_Acurst. It's been absolutely great fun. We've had 2 streams so far. The third will be going live today, just after this video goes up. It's been great fun so far, so hopefully this can be something that grows, and hopefully we can get something out of this. What are we doing today? Well, I'm going to try and fly the Dash, which could be interesting because I haven't flown this plane in quite a while. So yeah, this is Jersey 107. Oh, sorry, this is Flybe Flight 107 or Jersey 48 uniform from Birmingham to Amsterdam Schiphol Airport today. We've got an expected airtime or flight time of 53 minutes today. A total block time is 1 hour and 21 minutes. Routing out over Daventry today, arriving over Redfer. So the usual arrival into Amsterdam. We've got a zero fuel weight of 25.4 tonnes today. Our takeoff weight is 27.8. We're taking 2.5 tonnes of fuel with us, and 74 passengers are on board with us for today's flight. I don't really have much else to say, so I guess let's just jump over into the flight deck and let's get this aircraft set up and fly over to Amsterdam. Alright. That's really quiet, isn't it? So, in the cold and dark state, if I could talk, that would be great. We're on external power, so I'm just going to fire up all the batteries and connect to the external power, and the anti-collision, the anti-collision light can go over to red for the ground. Recirc fans can come on. I've already loaded the fuel, so the no smoking, seatbelts, and emergency lights can arm as well. Why do they do their self-test sequence? We can fire up the MCDUs, and we can bring the radio stacks on as well. Just to make sure the nose wheel steering is off here, which it is as well. Fantastic. Going to... Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Alright, so they're just loading up now. That's all good. One thing we can do is, straight off the bat, I'm going to get some boarding going here from GSX, so we can request the boarding. Like so. That's all in there. Perfect. So, the FMSs are alive now, so we can accept that, and we can go over to here, data, services. We can go exits, and forward passenger. GSX seems to be very quiet. There we go, it's muted. I don't know why it was muted, that's a bit weird. Aft bag. And aft passenger as well can open. Like so. Alright, over to flight plan. Echo Golf Bravo Bravo is where we're out of today. We are on the Daventry 4 Foxtrot departure for today. So menu depart off runway 33, number 2. Daventry 4 Foxtrot. And that's all we need to go in there. So flight plan. And perfect. From Daventry, we're picking up the Mike 189 airway. Number 2. And we are carrying that to ADDONS, which is number 5. From ADDONS, we're picking up the Mike 183, which is number 1, to Redfer, so all the way, number 8. And then from there, it's the arrival into Amsterdam, which is EHAM, accept. Menu, arrive. It's a relatively short flight, so we could do the arrival today as well. I don't know what runway they're using for landing at the moment at Amsterdam. If I have a look on flight radar very quickly, and it's just put me into the middle of Africa. Nice one. Amsterdam. It looks like all the inbounds are on runway 22. Or are they? And I got KLM 1856 who's lined up for 22, but everything else is coming in on 18 centre. you serious? The one runway that's like 9 DME away from the... Oh, actually, no, it's not, is it?
Baggage handling is complete and the aircraft is clear, sir.
So they're landing on 18 centre by the looks of things. So, arrive to Amsterdam. Landing runway 18 centre. I don't think I've ever landed on 18 centre. Should be quite cool. And it's the Red for 1 Alpha, which is number 11. And it's going to be the ILS for 18 centre. Arriving via, if we take a look at the charts quickly, approach runway 18 centre. We'll come in via Sugal. So it can be the Sugal transition. Easy. I don't know what's happened here. We can delete that, delete that, delete that. Sugal, and then from Sugal we can pick up the arrival in. Perfect. So that is all of that. Over to the fuel. We have a 0 fuel weight today of 25,460. Go in there. We have alternate fuel of 699. And our total fuel on board is 2534. Which goes in there like that. Perfect. So we can head over to here now and we can cross-fill all of that data. So we can cross-fill the flight plan. And we can cross-fill the fuel. And then all we need to do is set up the speeds, and the job is a good one. So, I'm going to have it to Orisim for this one, and I already have the speeds calculated. So our V1 today is 122. Our rotate is 123, no, 122 as well. Our V2 is 123. Our V fry is 134. And our V climb is 154. It's all in there. And the QNH at Birmingham today is 1018. 018, perfect. So I'm just going to head over to the other side. And set 134 and 154. There's 134. And there is 154. Perfect. It's as easy as that. Lol. Heading, to put in the heading bug, today is 327 degrees, which is runway heading. Go to there. We can set the nav sources to the FMSs, and then we can go whack on the yaw damp at nav, IAS, bug in 154, which is obviously our V climb, and the Daventry 4 Fox has an initial climb of 6,000 feet, so we can put in 6,000 as well, and outsell can go in there like so. Perfect. I can go over to nav and go DTO1 enter, and then over to there DTO1 and enter that into there. What we can do is we can fire up the APU now. Start that. I think all the boarding and stuff is complete. It is, so we can think about getting some pushback out of here. Just bring one of these in. Like so. Now, we need to be pushing back. Let's have a look today. We're stand 6, so we need to push back to the left, because the other way is a dead end. Push back, nose left. Do not want to start engines prior to departure. We have APU, bleed air. We can disconnect the external power and the main buses. And that's all of that. So we can verify the parking brake is set, which it is.
Just waiting for some apron traffic while the tug's position.
And we can clear out the
GPU
as well. Like so. We also need to close the exits, is a good start. So we can close the forward passenger. You are. Excuse me. What's it doing? Forward passenger close. I hate how long it takes to close the doors because you have to wait till it's reset each one. It's annoying. Like so, and then the aft bag. Easy. Set that to 1018. It's 1018. Perfect. And anti-skid can come on as well. Set that to warm up. And I'm going to remember to open the vents as well.
Locking the gear.
While I'm here. We are actually on VATSIM today, no ATC, so 122.8 is what we can set there. And also 2000 on the transponder. Go in there as well. We can set the weather radar to standby as well. Put that onto engine.
Bypass pin is inserted. Apron's now clear, ready to push. Release parking brakes, please. Clear behind.
Release the parking brakes.
Engine's clear. Start at your discretion.
Okay, so let's get out of the way there. Number 2. Select the starter. Starter and feather. Nice. Same for number 1. Can do that, and that can go in.
Push now complete.
Bloody hell. That was a bit of a violent stop, wasn't it? Alright, it's looking good. The windows are misting up a bit, we'll fix that in a second. Yeah, absolutely fine.
Unlocking the gear.
Nice one, GSX. It's just left my wheels like that.
Tap disconnected and clear. Bypass pin is removed.
Nice one. Good job, GSX. Thanks. Alright. Props 1020.
Left is clear, right is clear. Disconnecting now. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Beautiful. I love those spool ups. Alright, so nose wheel steering can come on, even though it's going to be a little bit spicy. I actually forgot to get rid of that, so that can happen as well. We can bring all the pitot stuff on. Go on to normal now. And the taxi light can come on, position light can come on. Packs can stay on minimum, the bleeds can come on. And we can lose the APU as well. Flaps 10 is apparently what we're using for departure today. And we can also set the trim to somewhere in the middle. That'll do. Perfect. Okay, so we'll release the parking brake. Bit of power. Wheels have straightened them out nicely. Okay, so we're on Yankee at the moment. We're going to make a right onto Delta. Forgot how you control the dash. Nice one. So we're going to make this right turn onto a Delta, which is along here. Actually, should we just go on to Echo? Yeah, we can just take Echo, actually. It's easier. And there's no traffic, so it really doesn't matter, to be honest. Oh, hang on a minute. We're going the wrong way. Let's make a loop of this, shall we? I had it in my head for some reason that we were about to go down to 1.5. One moron. I actually forgot to start the clock on the other side when we pushed back, so I can do that as well. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we're giving you a tour of Birmingham Airport just before our departure today. This is due to pilots not actually having any sense of navigation whatsoever. Honestly, why is my taxiing so bad in the dash? Okay, let's try this again then. What's that warning? Pitot heat standby log. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? And this time, let's go down the right way. Straight down Yankee to 3-3. Because that was a bit spicy. Do you know, we could probably take an intersection departure, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, we can. We'll take an intersection departure. We don't need full length. We don't need anywhere close to full. It's not as if we're going out to bleeding Iceland or somewhere. Alright. Landing lights on. Anti-coal to white. Cabin crew, seat for departure, please. Gust lock can come out now. And we can probably set his thing to nav. And that's not what I wanted to do. That was the one I wanted. Let's bring the weather radar on as well. Why am I so bad at taxiing the dash? Alright, let me just put this on very quickly. Can whack the transponder on. Oh shit, we forgot to do these as well. See, this is what I'm talking about. I haven't flown the dash in ages. Alright. Auto feather armed. Power set. And there's 80 knots. It's V1, rotate. I've got no pressure on the stick there at all, it's just flying itself into the air. Got a downward trim. Positive rate, gear up. Don't know what's going on here, but I can't. We're going to stall. It's not pitching down. There we go. That trim right, perfect. Gears up, lights off. Set nav. We can set climb power as well. And with that we can bring the autopilot in as well. And IAS, and we'll bring it up to 154 initially, which is obviously our V climb, as you'll remember. And now ATC we can continue up to 230, which is high as we'll be going today. 230 and selects that in as well. It's coming through acceleration height. We're at flap traction speed, so the flaps can come in now. And we can also lose the auto feathers and all of that stuff as well. Perfect. Not too shabby at all. Packs can go to normal now. And I will also go direct to Daventry, which is number 7. So we'll head over direct to Daventry and we'll just update that on here as well. DTO number 7, enter. And there you have it. It's as easy as it can be. It really is. Alright, so standard pressure as well. There we go. That's all set there. Set that in there as well. And with the acceleration now up to 200 knots for the climb. Here goes just over an hour's flying to Amsterdam. Alright everybody, we're just descending down into Amsterdam right now. As that seems to happen with every video that I do, I always seem to start it when we're in the cloud. I guess that's the joys of flying in Europe, is, you know, much cloud. We're just descending flight level 82 with 235, 236 knots at the moment. Descending down nicely. We have 1,000 until level. And then we stick at 7,000 for a bit as we go past this Delta 8920 whole waypoint here. And then essentially what we're going to do is, I can't really see it, but essentially from here we'll just fly it out on heading select and then back in again. It's essentially what we're going to do. I'm bleeding off a little power now we're level, so I'm just going to pull a little bit of power back in. Remember, the dash doesn't have an auto throttle, so it's all manually controlled. Seatbelts are on, all the lights are on, and I'm also just going to put the standby hydraulics and the fuel pump on as well. You don't need the auto feather on for landing. We are the only arrival into Amsterdam for the next sort of 20 or so minutes. There's nobody departing at the moment, no ATC either. Which, let's be honest, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Alright, so we'll sync up the heading bug, just to make sure it's correct, because what I'm going to do is once we level out, I'll take heading select. Just put a little bit more power in as well. 188 is minimums today. Our VREF is 130, and should we need to go around, it'll be 151 is where we'll be going around. Bit of rudder trim there. Just 3 to the right, that'll do. Alright, so we'll get 3,000 feet ready. In fact, no, we'll do 2,000 because that's the go-around altitude. So we'll do 2,000 and we'll get that ready and set. So just going to bring the engines up just a touch more, sort of 42-ish% torque will do. It's nice. Alright, so now that we're level, what's that heading is? 116. So I'm going to take heading select now. And then I'm going to switch these over to ILS. Like so, we've identified. I've put the ILS into the VOR 109.5 and 183, the courses and whatnot, respectively, and flight level 3,000 feet transition altitude. It's pretty low, and 0 is the landing elevation, so that can get set there as well. Okay, I'm going to put direct to the centre fix in here now, which is number 24. like that, just so we get a sort of rough idea of where we are in comparison. You can see there. So we'll start making the turn now. And we'll essentially just fly this LNAV path, but through heading select, is essentially what we're going to do. And that should get us in a pretty good place. Alright, so I'm going to VS down to 3,000 now. I'll do it at sort of 2,000 feet a minute. And we'll oil the engines as well. Bring that back to centre as well. So we can outsell 2,000 so we don't break below that. May have left it a little bit late, so I'm just going to bring that down to 2,300 feet a minute. As long as we're still slowing down. I mean, it doesn't really matter if we hit the ILS a bit fast. Approach. Ultimately, it's... the dash slows down quite quickly, so it's never much of a problem. The great thing about flying is that you can literally approach at like 220 knots, and by the time you get to the thresholds, you just idle the engines and you'll be at VREF, which is nice. Yeah, we've made that absolutely fine. We can bring that up a little bit now. Don't want to hit that too early. Actually, no, we'll keep the engines down at where they were, actually. Okay, so all the lights are obviously set already on. Seem to have lost all the frame rate here, and I don't know why. There we go. I'd assume that was Amsterdam loading in. FlyTampa Amsterdam today. Because, you know, what else? What else would you use? Yeah, it's all loading in over there. So I'm actually just going to reset this to 3,000. Just because otherwise we're going to be a little bit too low, and I don't want to be too low. So I need to bring some power in. When can we take flap 5? We can take flap 5 at 200 knots, so I'm actually going to do that. So we're out with flaps 5 now. And 3,000 as well, obviously. So the QNH is 1019. 019, and we can set that in the standby as well, 1019. So we can do that. And arm the approach mode. Bring the power back a little bit more. You've got to be careful it doesn't overshoot here, because the dash does have a tendency to overshoot the the threshold. I forgot we were still on heading select. We can bring flaps 10 out at 1A1, but we can't take flaps 10 until we bring out the gear. Right, so there's the intercept. So we'll swing that now. We'll put it to like 150 will do. Give us a nice swing out there. Arm the glide slope as well. We have the localizer now, which is fantastic, and we're 10 miles to run, so I'm going to go gear down and flaps 10. And I've done that too early. Rip me. There we go, that's better. It's fine. And we also have the glide slope. How about that, then? So flaps 10 is what we're using today. So we can go reduced NP and bring the props all the way up to 1020. Should we need to go around. So I'm not anticipating we will. Bring this back just a little further. Nice wind today. According to this, 30 knots, apparently. It's going to be one hell of a crosswind landing. I was not expecting this. Alright, so go around altitude is 2000 and is 183, which is obviously runway heading. So we'll just sink 183. And 2500 is checked. Look at this for a go around, for a crab. I'm gonna leave the prop levers at 11% torque because it seems to be slowing us down quite nicely. And by the time we get to the threshold, we should be about where we need to be. Our wind's dying down a bit as well now, which is nice. There's 140, so we've got another 10 knots until we're at VREF. And we have 5.5 miles to go. There's the infamous 3.6 left and 1.8 right, which for some reason was built, you know, 900,000 miles away from the main airport. Apparently it's something to do with simultaneous arrivals. They built it that far away so they can perform simultaneous arrivals, I think, on the 2.2s. But I don't know, I don't see the logic in it. Alright. Let's bring that there. Let's do a bit of manual flying. So, aircraft is mine. That trim and whatnot is about where it needs to be, so it's not too bad. Maybe just a touch of up trim should be fine. There we go.
1,000.
That wind is something else today, though. My God. Oh, we're actually going to have to be quite engaged with the controls, aren't we? It's a 17 knot wind from the right. So that's quite impressive. Use a touch of down trim. Maybe not that much. Nicely on the glide though, surprisingly. A bit of up trim.
500.
So aircraft is quite nice. It responds to your trim inputs quite well, which is nice. And you don't need massive amounts of trim either. Now remember, with all prop aircraft, leave the power in until the wheels are on the ground. Otherwise you will sink it. Power stays in at a reasonable rate.
Minimums.
And will continue. Power stays in at a reasonable rate until the rear wheels are on the ground.
100.
It's turning out to be a beautiful landing though.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Bit floaty. Get down. And there's the power out. What a landing that was. Using no brakes, no reverses, just the aircraft slowing itself down. We're through 80 knots. There's 70. 60. Take this next left. That was a really nice landing. That was a fun approach, actually. That crosswind, that was quite fun. Okay, flaps in. We can retract the spoilers now. I can come on. Anti-collision lights are red. And we can vacate here. Beautiful. Weather radar can come off now as well, and so can the transponder. Clear out the HSI as well. That had a landing rate of -178. That's pretty good considering that crosswind. Alright, let's stop here for a second. Parking brake on. Just need to get my ground charts up. Apparently Delta 22 is where this flight landed today. So let's get a bit of a reference here, see where we are. We are on Whiskey 8. So Whiskey 8 is on centre. Whiskey 8 is here. So we need to take a right turn on Bravo. Oh no, hang on, Alpha, isn't it? It'd be Alpha, then Quebec, and then Alpha again. And it's just Alpha all the way around. No, Bravo, sorry, it is Bravo. Okay. I see where we're going. So we take a right here on Bravo, we follow it round to Quebec, then we join Bravo again, and then we just Bravo to the ramp. Those buildings over there? Look at that, like, strange patterned hotel thing. I swear there's one of those in London. Alright, so... Oh, actually, we should have gone down there, but whatever. We just loop it around here. As long as we end up on Quebec. Okay, Amsterdam is just amazing, it really is. Alright, so here's Quebec, and it's literally just Quebec, and then we follow Bravo around. It joins back onto Bravo. This is like a link. This taxi, the Quebec's like a link between the between 1-8 and the main terminals. It's quite a good idea. Let's have a look at these buildings then. Got Martin Air Cargo, got Menzies over there. Pretty cool. I'm going to start the APU now as well. And Delta 22 apparently. Delta 22. So we'll get GSX ready and we'll use service air, I guess. When the standby hydraulics out, the auxiliary fuel pumps can come off as well now. Really nice flight though, has to be said. This is nice scenery as well. That airport car and the truck over there. That's essentially where we need to end up. I don't know what is going on there. Mate, Amsterdam is flooded. What is that? Good memes from the land class there. Nice one. Alright, so this is Bravo, I think. No, that's Alpha, so Bravo is the next one. Alpha is the outbound taxiway, Bravo is the inbound taxiway. Or the inboard taxiway and outboard taxiway, whatever. So now we're on Bravo. It is... we need to come off... Let's have a look. Delta 2-2. Where is Delta 2? So we need to come off at Alpha 8. That's where we're looking for. Alpha 8, which is down here. Then it sort of swings a left, or bears to a left. And then it's... in fact, it's the turn that's on the left. So this next sort of left-hander. There's another branch off for Alpha 8. That's where we need to go, and then it's just on the right. Essentially. Long old taxi in, though. There's Alpha 4. Look at the water on the ground there. Cool as that. Alpha 5. Alpha 6. There's Alpha 7, and here is Alpha 8. You can see our baggage guys just waiting over there. Perfect. So let's have a look, which is ours. That's 2-2, there's ours over there. Alright, so taxi light can come off now. The generator and bleed air can be switched on, ready for when we shut the engines. Soon. Oh, we've gone past it. Oh no, it's here. I thought we went past it for a second and it's right there. That was almost a rip. Get him standing on that ladder. That'll do. So parking brake set, the APU is verified and on. And that lovely spool down sound. 30 seconds approximately, just to allow the engines to settle down. Bleeds can come off. We can ditch the position lights now as well. No abnormalities on the engines there, so we can shut them down like so. We can complete the flight on Project Fly as well. It's really nice. Perfect, so request is a deboarding. Data, services, we can request a GPU, exits. Forward passenger can open up.
Baggage
Aft
handling is
bags.
complete and the aircraft is clear, sir.
And the aft passengers. The seatbelts can come off as well. Easy. Let's connect the external power. And we can ditch the APU now as well. And there you have it. Another flight in the bag to Amsterdam. Thank you very much for watching today, guys. I actually forgot to mention at the start of the video that I'm doing content daily now. So you'll have a new video up on YouTube every single day. And obviously don't forget my Twitch stream. Links for all of those in the description below as well. And if you head over to there, just below the actual Twitch sort of video box, there's my schedule down beneath there as well. That is it from me for today, though. I shall speak to you all again tomorrow. So until the next video, thank you very much, and from lovely cloudy Amsterdam, myself and a Dash 8Q400, bye-bye for now.